Hello Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Pokémon Generation 1. In the last episode, we defeated Aiden again on Route 22 again, and cleared the badge check gates, making our way here to the entrance of Victory Road. This time, we're going to begin our journey through Victory Road, heading to our final destination, the Pokémon League. Yeah, it's a generic strength puzzle. I hope you weren't expecting too much. Rhine knows strength, and this dungeon is the last time we will ever need to use it, I hope. I was pretty certain this was the only strength puzzle in the game outside of the house where you get the HM for strength. But no, I forgot completely about the Seafoam Islands. This is a slightly different type of strength puzzle, almost, but there are parts of it that are the same. I think I can just spray a repel in here. I don't think there's actually any Pokemon in here that I need to catch, at least, like, right now, so yeah. There aren't any particularly rare Pokemon here that don't appear elsewhere, so I'm not too worried about it. The main gimmick of this specific strength puzzle is you need to, make sure you can get these rocks onto these little buttons on the floor. We need to hold down buttons to open up walls in the cave that will let us pass by. As you can see up there, we could pass up there now. There's also a strength boulder up there we can't do anything with. I am pretty familiar with the puzzle in this area overall. There are parts of it that I am less familiar with because I mostly know this dungeon from Leaf Green and Fire Red. The puzzle is largely the same, but again, there are small intricacies. We have to choose an item here, basically. If we want to get the other one, we need to leave the cave entirely. The one I chose is the wrong one. Sky Attack is a 140 power flying type move that requires a turn of charge up without semi-invulnerability. And I believe it also has a chance to flinch, and in future games it might have a high crit rate. I don't know, Sky Attack's complicated, it has a lot of effects, and it's just generally a bad move because of the turn of charge up. I also think it's not even 100% accurate, so yeah. I'll cut ahead to when I'm back getting that item again. Alright, I made it back. And this time we are going to push the rock here and then upwards so we can get this item. Rare candy. Wow, that was definitely worth it. If it was Leaf Green and Fire Red, that would have been worth it. Repel's effect wore off. Yippee! Love having to spray a new one every few seconds. Without the option to just do it in that text box. The trainer's in here. I wonder if you're good enough for me. We aren't the only strainer... Strainer? We're not a strainer. People don't pour pasta with hot water into us. We're not the only trainer who's strong enough to get all 8 badges and make it here to Victory Road. And with a Pokemon like Persian at level 44, which is a pretty competent level, yeah, I'm not joking. So while we're fighting the trainers in here, how about we go over the Pokemon that can appear here that we haven't already talked about in the past, because there's a few of them. Graveler is your choice for a rock type if you didn't like Rhyhorn. It does nearly the exact same thing, being a good user of Earthquake and Rock Slide while also being slower. Graveler is a perfect counter for any flying type in the game aside from Articuno, who no enemy trainer is ever going to use. And it also perfectly checks most bug or fire type Pokemon. One thing it has that Rhyhorn doesn't though, is the ability to explode. Through trading, Graveler evolves into Golem, which does the same thing. Though hitting from an absolutely monstrous 110 in its attack stat results in it hitting much harder. Keep them out of the way of special attacks and they'll function as fantastic walls on your team. They are outclassed by Rhydon as far as Pokemon with their typing go, but not by much. Machoke certainly exists. Look, if you're using a Machoke and you aren't planning on evolving it, what are you doing? So let's talk about Machamp instead, since once again, it pretty much does the same thing. Machamp will always be rocking almost the exact same moveset in the end. Either Submission or Low Kick, Earthquake or Rock Slide, Body Slam, and Hyper Beam. And while it can hit hard with all of these moves, it's not fast enough to be able to hit most of the things they'd be effective against before taking massive damage itself due to its low defensive capabilities. One Psychic from even an unevolved Pokemon like Ghastly will be enough to send Machamp packing. As fighting types go, Machamp is probably the best. That's not saying much though, unfortunately. I will say though, that you can get one of these pretty early on in Yellow version by trading a Cubone, and if you do that, it'll function pretty well for a good chunk of the game, but getting one this late, just use something else. At long last, we can catch a Marowak for ourselves. This Pokemon is outclassed in every conceivable way by Sandslash. Literally. All of Sandslash's stats are higher except for defense, which is tied. Marowak's main distinguishing factors are its access to Blizzard, Fire Blast, and Counter, giving it the ability to freeze or burn opponents, and dealing back decent damage to any normal or fighting type attackers it may come across. It's also an okay user of Earthquake, allowing it to do decent stab damage while taking very little physical damage in return. Generally, Sandslash's access to Swords Dance and Rock Slide make it a more useful addition to a team, but if you just like Marowak or wanted to use a Cubone all that time ago in Lavender Town for thematic purposes, it's not awful, it's usable, just very outclassed. I'm noticing a theme with this guy's team, but it concerns me that he has a fourth Pokemon because this game came out before Yellow, so Pikachu isn't a Kanto starter yet, and neither is Eevee, so whatever his last Pokemon is, it's going to piss me off, because it means he's showing favoritism to one of the starters. You know what? If there is a starter you were going to show favoritism to, this is the least surprising one. This Cool Trainer's using X attacks on his Pokemon, which, if this Charizard wasn't just gonna spam Slash, would actually be kinda scary. Critical hits don't take into account any boosts to your own stats though, so doesn't matter. We grew to level 44, and is trying to learn Haze. It's a move, alright, not one I want Yumi to know. I'm happy with Yumi's moveset. Like, I'm pretty sure it's final. I had a chance. You wish. Okay, onto the second floor. God, it took the entire time of those bios to get onto the second floor. Yeah, as I said, this place has some tough trainers. Pretty much any time you enter or exit a floor, just use Strength. It's easier to just get it out of the way early. Can't do anything with that rock right now, it'll just block our path if we push it. This one we want to move to this side first before pushing it down. As a kid, I remember Victory Road being like a genuinely challenging puzzle for me, because I wasn't a particularly bright kid, but... Okay, Victory Road is the final test for trainers. Yeah, I'm a little more interested in something else I can just see off in the corner, man. Black Belt. Machoke. Every Black Belt we fought since the Fighting Dojo has been doing a better job of showing what makes the fighting type than the leader of the dojo. I was trying to think of an adjective that would work, but they were all too mean. There's no... I don't know, the fighting type just sucks in Gen 1. It's like not even redeemable. The one good fighting type is good because it's not only a fighting type, and it's Poliwrath. Which Poliwhirl even has more redeeming qualities than because of Poliwrath's speed and type. Like, I don't know. The fighting type just got dealt such a shitty hand in Generation 1 that it's genuinely a little bit sad. Oh, another Machoke. Of course, can't even have the final evolution that we just talked about. You could have a Machamp in Pokemon Yellow by this point, like as soon as you get Cubone even in Pokemon Yellow. So, they're just being mean to these guys. Let them have Machamp. Satisfyingly get back to full health for meeting that Machoke and grow to level 45 at the same time. I'll take it. Ah, yeah. True. Okay. We're gonna keep walking. I don't really know entirely where I'm going right now, I'm gonna be real, so... we'll figure it out. It's a work in progress. Ah, so you wish to challenge the Elite Four? I do. How did you know? Juggler. Okay. Drowsy. Couldn't even be bothered to bring a Hypno to Victory Road. Are you hoping to face the Elite Four? Because if so, like, just evolve that guy, man. He's been begging for it for like 20 levels now. Oh. He took my advice. Finally. God, Hypno... Psychic types genuinely just really pose a threat to my team. I didn't think much about it because... Jugglers. That's certainly a switch that you did in fact make. I wasn't thinking much about Psychic types when I was planning out my team, just because I knew Sabrina was going to be the only gym where Psychic types posed a real threat. And even then, Sabrina's gym ended up being really easy, so... Like, I don't know. Psychic types are powerful, but they're more powerful in the hands of a player than they are in the hands of an NPC. Will we one-shot Hypno? Not even close. Hypno has better defenses than the Abra line, so that's not particularly surprising. But we do have speed, at least. Awesome. Annabelle grew to level 44 from beating that Hypno. And you really had to have 2 Kadabras? Like, at least those ones I understand not evolving. Maybe you just don't have friends, but like... Why didn't you just have 2 Hypnos and 2 Kadabras instead of Drowsy, Hypno, and 2 Kadabras? I like symmetry. You got me! I did. I gotta be real, this is one of the few times in a Let's Play where I kind of feel like my entire team really has just gotten a chance to shine. TM05. Is that Mega Kick again? Didn't we already get that, like, a while ago? Yeah. This move is garbage. I'm throwing it away. Ugh. That is an item that you can get, I suppose. Alright. I am really just following my notes, so we'll see where they lead me, I suppose. Item here. I don't know why I'm avoiding this trainer. I'm trying to fight everyone in here. Come on, I'll whip you! Well, last person who said that got their ass kicked. Oh. You meant literally, huh? Persian. What? This is the second Persian we've seen in here, actually. There's no point using Body Slam. I don't know if Hyper Beam will one-shot those, so we'll use Body Slam just to get chip damage. Hyper Beam would have one-shot. Okay, good to know. And the Fury Swipes. It's doing as much damage as you'd expect. I could have just one-shot that with Hyper Beam. I didn't need to do that. Okay. Golduck. I think this is the first time I've actually seen Golduck in this playthrough. It can appear in the Seafoam Islands, but I never came across one because I was using Repels, which, you know, I'm a reasonable person playing a Pokemon game reasonably, so Repels make sense to me. I got whipped! You earned the right to be on Victory Road. I did, yes, you're right. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna trust that ladder right now. There is an item right here, so apparently I made the right choice. Is Victory Road too tough? I haven't had trouble so far, man, but maybe you'll be the one. Never mind, you're a juggler. With 1 Pokemon. And it's Mr. Mime. Level 48, though. He has 1 Pokemon, but his 1 Pokemon is, like, pretty tough. And Hyper Beam would have one-shot. You love to see it. Ryan is, like, a brutal killing machine that has not really had a chance to shine as much as everyone else. Ryan was used a lot throughout Silph.Co, but after that just sort of fell out of use, and we aren't going to keep that going. Ryan is too strong for that. Well done. Thank you. Alright. What is this? TM17. I don't know what this one is. Submission. Nope, that's a bad move. Goodbye. I don't know. I can throw away items now because I don't need to, like, have a issue with my conscience about selling them because I have enough items to sell that, like, I don't know. It's not a big deal. Okay, now that we're up here, we're gonna go east. This is not... That was not east. I actually just said the completely wrong thing. We're going to fight this guy, because he's guarding an item. I heard rumors of a child prodigy. Does he mean Aiden or does he mean me? So if he means Aiden, that's surprising considering Wing Attack and Quick Attack on fully evolved flying type Pokemon that is still on his team. Blizzard? Exeggutor's scary. I think this thing only really gets Stomp through level up, so if this thing has a level up move, yeah, okay. If this had a moveset from an Execute though, this is a scary Pokemon. Okay, and we don't take it out with Blizzard, but he's using an X attack on his special attacker. It's using Stomp, I guess, so that's reasonable, but I'll gladly take taking that out quickly. Cloyster. I've seen that thing survive a Hyper Beam, so I know Hyper Beam will not one-shot. Oh my god. Every single time I see a Cloyster used by somebody else, it knows Supersonic, and it always hits. Except for the times when it didn't for Blue, I suppose, but that's neither here nor there. Switching into Gaster to get Thunderbolt off. I think Thunderbolt will do good damage. I could use Metronome. Gaster is well known as the Metronome World Champion, but... nah. His last Pokemon is Arcanine. Okay. He has the Fire, Water, Grass core, but without any of the stuff that isn't the core. That didn't do much. But unfortunately, Arcanine is just a bad Pokemon in this generation. Arcanine is dead. The rumors were true! The rumor come out. You beat Giovanni of Team Rocket? 3 times even, yeah. Max Revive, that is a very good item actually, I'll take that. That's even good for the item duplication glitch. I don't know why I kept walking, I need to spray another Repel, clearly. Okay. Keep heading along this path. We're not gonna worry about that boulder right now. There's an item down here. TM47. My notes say this is a great TM, so I'll be the judge of that. Well, I wasn't wrong, that is a great TM. Okay, so... I have my planned final movesets written down in my notes for everything on my team. Most of my Pokemon have them. With Tauros being the one exception because of Horn Drill. This is the last move I was waiting on for Gengar. I specifically had 3 laid out: Nightshade, Ice Punch, or Explosion. Ice Punch would come from Gen 2. We already got rid of Nightshade, so it's too late for that. But... I can't bring myself to get rid of Metronome. I can't! He is the Metronome World Champion. I'll sit on it for a while, I'll think about it, I'll mull it over, but Metronome is too important. Getting down here, hello. If you can get through here, you can go meet the Elite Four. That's the plan, man. That's the plan, Dan. Is your name Dan? He looks like he could be a Dan. Charmeleon. Charmeleon! Wartortle! Every time I say Charmeleon, that part of the Poke Rap is all that comes to mind. Will Hyper Beam one-shot? It's not fully evolved, and it's 4 levels lower, so probably. Yep, critical hit too. That wasn't even necessary. Lapras. Okay, this is the first time we're seeing a trainer use Lapras. When I was a kid, I never talked to NPCs in Pokemon games, so I didn't know how to get Lapras. So, when I got it in like Leaf Green and Fire Red when I was like 12, because red and blue were the first times I experienced Kanto, despite how much I talk about Fire Red Leaf Green. Yeah, Lickitung. Hi, Mark. Ryan can handle this. We are running low on PP for Ryan, though, which is a little concerning. But it's only using Defense Curl, so we are fine. No! Unbelievable! I can beat you when it comes to knowledge about Pokémon. No, you can't! That's what I dedicate most of the free space in my brain to, sir. Heading down here. There's that thing we saw earlier, and... Really? What was this one again? Sky Attack? I don't even have any Pokemon on my team that can learn that. I almost just ignored this item after making room for it. Guard Spec, that is somehow more useful than Sky Attack. Okay. We check the recording before these fights, always. Alright, we're good. Moltres is actually kind of okay in Generation 1. In a generation where Rock Throw and Rock Slide are the only Rock-type moves, Moltres has a rare opportunity to shine that it would never see again. It's tied with Articuno for being one of the strongest special attackers in the game outside of a Pokemon who we won't be seeing for quite a while, with its Fire Blast being able to tear down many common threats. Its decent attack stat also allows it to have pretty powerful Hyper Beams, especially when targeting Pokemon that have already been chipped down, say by Fire Spin, a move that it comes knowing. On top of that, Moltres learns Agility to outspeed anything that it might not naturally be able to, allowing for it to use Fire Spin to trap opponents before knocking them out with Hyper Beam. Obviously, Moltres isn't without its flaws. While Rock-type moves aren't common in Generation 1, they are still 4 times super effective, on top of Moltres having a weakness to the Ice type that it won't have in future generations. Overall, Moltres can be summed up as better Charizard, and while it's generally outclassed by Articuno and Zapdos, it still has a lot going for it in Generation 1. As usual, I think we just try to freeze it. Thank God it missed with Fire Spin. This is super effective in this gen. Didn't get it on the first hit this time. And we are now trapped. This is gonna suck. Moltres is a fast Pokemon with Stab Fire Spin, similar to Ninetales in that sense, so I am kind of scared about this. This is the most annoying legendary to catch in this game, I'd say. In Generation 1, legendaries overall are very easy to catch just because of how Sleep and Freeze work. Peck. Awesome. That's better. I like seeing that more than I like seeing Fire Spin. Didn't freeze it. Okay. Okay. We have to switch out. If we can't freeze it, then we at least have to put it to sleep. You got this, Gaster. Good job avoiding Fire Spin. Hit, please. You're the Metronome World Champion, but you sure ain't the Hypnosis World Champion. I wonder if there are, like, hypnotist competitions in the real world. See who can hypnotize someone faster. Oh my god. This is the first legendary I'm having bad luck against. Oh my god! What are my options here? My options here is try to catch it like a normal legendary, I suppose. we do have it, like, pretty decently lowered. Okay, we missed the Pokemon, so we know it's getting 0 shakes. So if the ball does connect, at least we know that it's a guaranteed catch. Fire Spin, okay. That doesn't matter as much when I'm not attacking you actively. I will keep missing gladly. You know what? We needed this. We need a legendary Pokemon in this LP that I'm not going to have an easy time catching, because Mew was easy again, Articuno was easy, Zapdos was somehow even easier than Articuno. So I will take having an actual challenge against a legendary for once. And by challenge, I mean I'm just mashing the A button, but hey, it's hype if it works. Okay. Well, I guess I just have to cycle through my team now. Since it's not status, a Great Ball might actually have a better chance here. Nope. It was worth a shot, though. I don't remember how these balls work exactly off the top of my head. I need to have a script in front of me for that, so... we're doing our best here. One of these days. Oh, we caught it! Yippee! Okay, good job, Annabelle. Moltres was caught. Known as the legendary Bird of Fire, every flap of its wings creates a dazzling flash of flames. It also never got a good sprite until, like, Generation 4. We don't nickname legendaries around these parts, and it was transferred to Bill's PC. That might actually fill up box 3. I'm not sure. Anyway, we've made it about halfway through Victory Road, we caught a legendary Pokemon, and yeah, I think that's a decent enough stopping point. Next time on Pokemon Generation 1, we're going to be going through the remainder of Victory Road and reaching our final destination on this journey. See you guys then.